very good morning. This presentation is brought to you by Resonate International with a mission to leverage knowledge worldwide. The topic being covered is At the Edge of Justice, where law meets humanity. Ladies and gentlemen, humanity as envisioned by the Master Creator was designed to be united, equal and without distinction. However, as civilizations evolved, humanity's perception of itself diverged. Differences emerged, many of which were self-imposed, leading to hierarchies and power structures that created societies divided between rulers and the ruled. These divisions, initially informal, solidified over time into formal systems, manifesting today as constitutions, laws, rules, and policies meant to govern society in an organized manner. At first glance, these systems seem to provide order, ensuring that humanity functions in a structured, organized way. Laws were developed as moral and ethical guides, ideally ensuring justice, equality, and peace. Yet, while these frameworks were intended to uphold justice, equality, and order, they have often done the opposite, entrenching inequality and enabling the powerful to control the narrative of right and wrong. In modern society, laws and legal systems frequently benefit those who wield power, leaving common citizens struggling to be heard, to obtain justice, and to have their rights acknowledged. Modern legal systems, while aiming to provide fairness and delivering justice, have become cumbersome and often inequitable, often seemed favoring the privileged. In the United States, for example, a staggering 80% of low-income individuals lack access to adequate legal representation in civil cases, leading to widespread legal inequality. This discrepancy speaks to the issue of legal inequality, where those with power and resources often shape the law, while those without are subject to its often rigid and harsh interpretation. A 2022 report by the World Justice Project revealed that over 5 billion people around the world have unmet justice needs, with the legal system failing to serve marginalized and vulnerable populations. In countries like India, over 30 million cases are pending in courts, overwhelming the judiciary and denying timely justice to the citizens. Further, the complexity of navigating the legal systems makes them difficult for the average citizen to gain justice. Legal procedures often demand substantial time, money, and understanding of a complicated system, leading to disillusionment and lack of trust in justice institutions. Globally, nearly 60% of people live in countries where justice is restricted or unavailable for those who need it most. For instance, in countries with high poverty rates, marginalized groups are more likely to be treated unfairly under the law. This situation is exacerbated by class distinctions, where the wealthy and influential can manipulate the system, hiring top legal teams and exerting influence. Meanwhile, the poor face complex legal procedures, exorbitant fees, and often unsympathetic legal custodians. In developing countries, this injustice is particularly stark, where systemic corruption and weak governance often allow the powerful to escape accountability while the common people face the full brunt of the law. The concept of just punishment also varies dramatically depending on who enforces the law and who suffers under it. For those caught in the net of the law, their plight is often judged not through the lens of compassion, but through an impersonal application of regulations. In such cases, empathy, the very essence of humanity, is often the missing piece in the puzzle. Can a society that judges people's actions without considering their context, challenges, or compulsions ever be truly just? The question stands to be answered. One of the most glaring aspects of modern legal systems is the role of advocates and lawyers. While their profession is essentially for a functioning judiciary, the nature of their work sometimes leads to ethical dilemmas. Lawyers are bound by a duty to represent their clients, often irrespective of whether their client is in the right or wrong. This means that in many cases, the actual facts or moral truth of the matter become secondary to legal strategy. In the pursuit of winning cases, the legal process may become more about technicalities and legal maneuvering than about finding justice. In the UK, for example, recent surveys have shown that more than 40% of lawyers admit they feel pressurized to put clients' interests above the truth or moral fairness. This ethical dissonance within the legal profession raises questions about whether true justice can ever be achieved when the primary goal is to serve a client rather than uphold a moral or ethical code. In high-profile cases where money and power are at play, legal representation can often overshadow the pursuit of fairness, leaving justice compromised. Compounding the challenge is the reality that many individuals find themselves in legal trouble because they cannot distinguish right from wrong in the first place. Socio-economic factors, lack of education, mental health issues, and life circumstances often cloud individuals' moral judgments. For instance, in the US, research shows that 37% of incarcerated individuals suffer from mental health conditions that impair their ability to make sound decisions. In impoverished communities, where crime is sometimes even seen as a means of survival, the lines between right and wrong become further blurred. For many, entering the legal system becomes a torturous cycle. Once individuals are caught in the web of laws and regulations, the path forward is rarely easy. They face lengthy trials, confusing legal language, and an often unsympathetic system that punishes without taking into account the root causes of their actions. In the US, nearly 70% of individuals released from prison are rearrested within 3 years, a clear indication that punitive measures alone do little to rehabilitate and correct the behavior. The system focuses on punishment, often neglecting the opportunity for reflection, understanding, and rehabilitation. This reality leaves people born free, equal, and human demotivated and dehumanized by the very system that claimed to uphold justice. Instead of rehabilitation, many justice systems across the world focus solely on retribution, exacerbating the cycle of crime, poverty, and social decay. Crime and punishment are intertwined with society's moral compass. But what defines criminality often reflects the biases of those in power. This suggests a fundamental flaw in the justice system, one that judges individuals not based on equality but on pre-existing societal biases. A negative example is the Philippines' notorious war on drugs, where over 12,000 people were killed in extrajudicial killings between 2016 and 2021, often without trial or legal representation. This aggressive approach to crime ignored the root causes: poverty, lack of opportunity, and addiction. Instead, it reinforced a punitive system that failed to recognize human dignity. On the other hand, Norway's criminal justice system offers a positive example of incorporating compassion. Norway's recidivism rate of around 20% is one of the lowest in the world, largely due to a rehabilitative justice approach. In Norwegian prisons, the focus is on reintegration into society, education, and human rights, which help offenders transform their lives. This demonstrates that compassionate humane legal system can effectively reduce crime while fostering positive societal outcomes. Humanity's challenge is clear. We must redefine justice so that it works not only for the few but for the many. The future of legal systems must center around the principles of fairness, equity, and most importantly, compassion. This begins with shifting the focus from punitive measures to restorative, rehabilitative approach that accounts for the socio-economic and psychological factors that influence behavior. One important step forward is adopting restorative justice systems, which are already proving successful in countries like New Zealand. In their youth justice system, restorative justice processes have led to a 63% reduction in reoffending by allowing offenders to engage with their victims, repair harm, and reintegrate into society. This model acknowledges human fallibility while providing a path to redemption and healing. Moreover, legal systems must embrace universal access to justice, ensuring that legal representation is not a privilege of the wealthy but a right for all. The establishment of community legal services subsidized by the state has shown promise in many countries. For instance, the UK's legal aid agency helps more than 400,000 people every year gaining access to justice, thus demonstrating that equitable access can be realized through concerted governmental effort. Our leaders, our lawmakers, and judicial custodians must adopt humility in acknowledging that laws, although essential, are not infallible. Legal frameworks should evolve with society's needs, embedding compassion into the justice system at every level. Whether it's judges considering the broader context of an individual's life or lawmakers drafting inclusive policies, a focus on understanding humanity's shared struggles is critical. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, at this crossroads, humanity must decide whether it will continue along a path where laws are cold, rigid, and hierarchical, or if it will embrace a future where compassion and empathy are integral to justice. We were created equal, and despite societal divisions, that equality must be reflected in how justice is meted out to people. A society that values the human condition over retribution will find itself not only fairer but stronger. By incorporating empathy and a sense of shared humanity into the legal system, we can transform how justice is administered. This is the path forward, a truly equitable future, one where law and order work hand in hand with compassion to uplift society as a whole. Laws also must evolve to reflect the ever-changing dynamics of society. Policymakers and judicial custodians must be humble enough to realize that laws, while necessary, are not sacrosanct. They are tools, and like any tool, they must be wielded with care, fairness, and empathy. We need to reimagine justice not as a mechanism for control, but as a force for healing and for humanity. Our future depends on this transformation. By embedding compassion at every level of our legal frameworks, we ensure a fairer, more humane society, one where law and order are not obstacles to justice but pathways to equality. The crossroads is before us. The choice, though difficult, is clear: justice with compassion or a fractured society governed by hierarchy and exclusion. The time to think is now. Good luck, best wishes, and God bless.